Hello, everyone, and welcome to D Up Gaming Podcast, episode 17. I'm Jeff, and joining me is my co-host Jesse. What are you playing this week? Let me guess.
Just finished God of War, got the platinum. Having fully experienced everything, loving it even more in a sense that, like, once you find all the hidden lore and done all the side missions and everything there's possibly to do. There's a lot of game there. Yeah.
Is any of it competitive? Not competitive, sorry. Repetitive.
Repetitive. Not really. Not in the sense, well, because, like, you're fighting... Like, there's hidden bosses that I mentioned, without spoiling anything. There's this room of challenges where you fight enemies under different conditions.
That's one way to change it up.
Yeah. Yeah, because some of the conditions are, like... their health regenerates really fast, so you have to beat them a certain way. Or ones you have to defeat them in a circle in a certain area. Like, you have to make them come to you. You can't just go after them. Yeah, different things like that. But
so they do have different ways to change it up.
Yeah, a lot of variety.
In terms of variety of enemies, a lot of them are largely the same.
Largely the same, yeah. I mean, there's ones affected by different weapons, different ways, but it's sort of the way they throw them at you too. Yeah, because, like, what's kind of funny, there's one enemy that if you kill it, you can, like, throw it, but you can throw it into other enemies.
Okay.
Yeah, so, like, you kind of use them against each other in that sense.
So, I think I asked you this last week.
Yeah.
Still game of the year, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Do you see anything potentially dethroning it in your mind coming this year?
Maybe Red Dead.
We do have a big event coming this year.
Yeah.
In like a month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
E3 coming up. They'll probably tell us more about what games are actually coming out, but of the ones we know for sure, I mean, that's the only one I can possibly see.
True.
Beating it right now. Yeah.
We'll see. We're gonna get into some of it today.
Okay.
Let's get started.
All right, let's do it.
On May 9th, Twitter user Wario64, I believe he tweets out video game deals and gadget deals and things like that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Posted a screenshot from Walmart.ca with a bunch of leaks. Saw that?
Yes, yeah.
Big picture included a lot of titles. Some of the ones we already know. The Division 2, that's coming out.
Yes.
Apparently announced by the Division team, kind of on a stream nonchalantly, with no actual announcement trailer or anything. Final Fantasy VII Remake we know about. The Last of Us Part 2. Right. Metroid Prime 4. NBA 2K19, we expect that to come out. Beyond Good and Evil 2, we've been dying to see. Dreams. Lego DC Villains. Super Smash Brothers for the Switch. What's interesting, of course, are the ones that we did not know about.
Yeah.
Just Cause 4. Splinter Cell.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah. Dragon Quest 2.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's like a remake. Borderlands 3. Rage 2. Gears of War 5. Assassin's Creed. Destiny Comet, which supposedly is an expansion.
Yeah. September. Comet was like the code name for the original Destiny's DLC.
Okay. Apparently we'll hear about that more at E3. The next one's funny. Forza HORIZONS 5. As far as I know, there hasn't been a 4 yet.
Yes, there hasn't.
And it's Horizon, not Horizons. So,
maybe they're comboing it. Is it
2 of them, 4 and 5?
Forza Horizon. Whoa, because wait a minute, even Forza itself has already been 5.
Forza's like on 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been Forza 7, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that is weird.
Yeah. So that obviously sparked a lot of conversations online. Do you buy this? Like this leak, this?
I don't know.
Whole thing?
Because of some of the games, I'm thinking it's a placeholder for possible releases. Yeah. I don't know if maybe these things are going to be announced for E3, but not necessarily they're coming out this year.
Okay.
Of all the titles that are there. Like I think that's just it. It's like you're gonna probably hear about them at E3, and they're probably making placeholders in their system for these games to then, once they actually get their official titles, because I think, again, some of these are placeholder titles, they sound like.
So that's what it is. When I saw Forza HORIZONS 5, first of all, there's a leak. They're not supposed to post this.
Right.
So someone's not doing their job right. And then I see a name like Forza HORIZONS 5, so someone's really not doing their job. Right? Because the person who puts it on the website is not necessarily the person who types out these lists.
Correct.
So there's another person who's doing this.
The person who types out the list is not necessarily the person who heard about all these things.
Yeah. So clearly someone does not care about their job that much. Motherboard.vice.com reached out to Walmart. And here's the statement they got. Walmart experienced a technical glitch that allowed certain items to be posted to our website for a short period of time. The items posted were speculative in nature, and only game publishers can confirm the announcement of a release.
Yeah.
But it's always fun to speculate.
Right.
Out of all those games, what are you most excited about if it were to be true?
Probably Splinter Cell or Rage 2.
Did you play the first one?
Yes, I have played the first one.
Wasn't received very well.
It's like I thought the AI was really smart in that game.
Yeah.
It's open world but not open world. Almost like the last Tomb Raider, in that it's a one big world, but you kind of just get funneled into these one spots, and then it kind of opens up.
Yeah.
And then it's like a loading screen. You can obviously tell, so you don't directly get to go to every world. There's still that kind of. But yeah, it was a.
So the world is
shooter.
Connected.
It's all connected, yeah.
But it's not open.
No. There's just like this one big area where you have a vehicle that you drive around to, but then you have to get out of your vehicle to then go into these like doors or areas or these choke points, usually because you can't bring your vehicle there, and then it becomes like more of just a straight first-person shooter.
Yeah, I remember when that game was announced at E3, and the big thing was about the graphics.
Yeah,
how gorgeous it looked.
It did look really good.
AI was before its time.
Oh yeah.
But I remember when it came out, it wasn't received very well. Right?
Because I think
short,
people,
or was it the ending wasn't so great or something like that?
I've heard there was a lot of comparisons at the time to Borderlands.
Oh yeah, unfortunately.
And no, it's nothing like
completely different game, right?
Yeah. There's no real co-op. Like the weapons are pretty set in their ways, like set amounts. There's not like a bunch of different variations of it. There was these cool little mini games throughout. There's this like card game that you could play. You could gamble for certain things. Like
I remember those were not phoned in games.
Yeah.
Those were legit.
Yes, they get some good depth to them.
Yeah.
But besides all that, yeah, I guess I'm thinking that was it. It just wasn't the Borderlands type game that.
So the marketing kind of dropped the ball there.
Right.
We've talked about Splinter Cell when Sam Fisher made an appearance in Wildlands.
Right.
Let's go through it again. What do we expect from the next Splinter Cell game?
I'm thinking it's going to be, again, more like Blacklist. I think they might put an effort into the whole stealth, because that's the only really stealth game around nowadays, because, with Metal Gear kind of changing its tune. Yeah. With Metal Gear Survive and so forth. Well, at least that's what I'm hoping. It's definitely more of a stealth game, maybe open world-ish.
Even though, as much as I loved Conviction, and I enjoyed Blacklist, I do think
more of the
as a stealth game, the Chaos Theory, Pandora Tomorrow, those were really. I probably have the most fun being that secret agent.
Right.
It's like two different games. It's very divisive. If you pay attention to the boards, the forums about Splinter Cell,
right,
there are people who are totally fine with Conviction and Blacklist and the direction they took there.
Yeah.
And then there are the hardcore guys. I was like, what is this game? I don't even recognize it.
The only thing is, for a mass market, I think it has to be more like Blacklist. Yeah, I think Conviction was a little too far, a little too much action and not enough stealth. But I think Blacklist kind of brought it back.
Dialed back a little.
Where you have to be able to play both ways.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Deus Ex or something like that, where yes, you can go through it completely stealthy, but you have to have some leeway where you can play action.
Yes.
because I think people will get frustrated with it. They'll be like, well, I can only beat it this one way, because those type of games I don't see them really selling as much unless you're trying to make it back, like that whole Dark Souls style, where those games are definitely, you can only kind of beat it one way. You don't really have that much leeway in how you approach things, where it becomes that type of stealth game, where this is the Dark Souls of stealth games.
Okay.
Where you go extreme, you just go extreme.
Yeah, I don't think that's how they want to do it. The Ubisoft obviously has the whole strategy about games as a service. So spies versus mercs.
Okay.
We can definitely expect that back. I think at the time in the PS2 era, for the, what is it called? Blacklist, not the Blacklist, sorry. Pandora Tomorrow and Chaos Theory. PlayStation 2 era, even that, everyone loved it.
Yeah.
Not everyone played it, loved it.
Right.
And then it's a mode that they cut out for, I guess, their version of Horde mode. When they did the infiltration, I believe, stuff like that.
Borderlands 3?
Borderlands 3, yeah. Did you enjoy the first two?
Yes, but I didn't play the pre-sequel because I think I was kind of burnt out. But now I'm back in that mode again to want to play like a
silly shooter.
Yeah, a silly shooter, play co-op online and just kind of grinding out, getting those best weapons, kind of thing. I think I'm back.
I think that style kind of wears on you. It does.
Though the graphics, the aesthetics,
the humor. It kind of. I mean, it grows on you in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then later on, it's just like, more of this, and then the grind takes a toll.
Have you played Tales of the Borderlands?
No, I haven't.
No?
I heard that brought in a lot of people into that world.
Yeah.
As in, like, people are down now.
Yeah, because it felt like the style and humor of a Borderlands game, but you don't necessarily have to ever played any of the Borderlands games, I think, to enjoy it. And I thought it was hilarious and fun. And if they can take more of that humor, I guess, and put it into this one. But again, that's kind of hard to do in such an open world game, pacing humor and telling jokes. Yeah. Because, so when does the punchline come?
That's right. Yeah. So they just kind of made everybody goofy. That's kind of their way, right?
Oh, yeah.
Every character in Borderlands has like a punchline.
Yeah, it's kind of an over exaggeration of a.
It's really a comic book world.
It is, really. In a way, yeah. I would say. But I'm interested to see what more they'll do there.
Nintendo finally shares details about the Nintendo Switch online service.
Yes.
It will be a 1-month service for $3.99 US, 3 months for $7.99, or 12 months for $19.99 US. Mm-hmm. You can also get a 12 months family plan for $34.99 US, where you can add 7 others to join the group. When I saw that, before we get into those details, I didn't want to. You down for this? Or we're gonna find 6 other friends to do this.
6 other friends to split it up. Yeah. Well, can you then share all your data? Is that how that works in games? Is this going to allow you to game share amongst the account? Well, I guess because it has the backing up your saves, right?
Mm-hmm. Cloud saves, for sure.
So how does that work? Am I have to put a title on it? This is Jesse's cloud save for this game. This is Jeff's. This is such and such.
I want to talk about that because 7 others to join the group. That's more than we've ever could even dream of.
Right. That is the way to go if you have a bunch of friends and you just want to split it up.
Exactly.
And want to play online.
We're going to see how that works out eventually. But I just thought allowing 7 others to join you in that group for just $34.99. If it works the way we kind of want it to work, it's totally worth it. That's like $5 for everyone for a year. Getting back into the details of the service here. Well, they promised online play.
Yes.
Will be part of the. Right now it's free, so it sucks when it goes away.
Yeah.
What do you think? I haven't played much online, to be very honest with you. I do a lot of portable gaming.
Right. Yeah, that is true. I mean, that was one of the things.
Yeah.
Because I have NBA 2K19 or 18, sorry. Yep. And if you really want to play that game, you have to be connected online. There is an online mode that I found a trouble, like a hindrance, because unless I'm somewhere with a hotspot or at home, it wasn't as portable as I wanted it to be. That being said, I do play some Mario Kart online, and then I definitely play Splatoon 2 majorly online.
Yeah.
Like when I play that game. So
you have the Japanese version.
Yeah.
You basically have to play it. Have you tried connecting to a North American card?
No. Apparently, you're actually playing in the Japanese servers. That's what I've heard. Yeah.
So you probably can't even.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't get locked out. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
If this thing comes online, it's like, wait a minute, your thing is Japanese, so you need to have a Japanese place. Sorry.
That'd be so dumb because they made these games region free.
Yeah.
They made the consoles region free.
Yeah, you're probably right. Unless, like with the Splatoon issue, I think that's the only thing.
Oh man.
Where you're actually forced out.
Now I'm bummed.
Now we're bummed.
No. Now this next thing is that we're going to be allowed to save data to the cloud backup.
Yes.
Which has been a problem for some people because right now you have a card slot. You have an SD slot, but you cannot back up your saves to that SD card slot.
Yeah. Anyway.
Which is silly. Because what is that for again?
I'm assuming it's some type of anti-piracy reason. They want you.
But now you're cracked, so let us do it anyway. Right?
Well, the jig's up. Yeah.
Yeah. You've been cracked. People are playing Wii games on there, so let us have what we want. No word on how that Nintendo Switch Online app is gonna change. It is on their website saying it's literally just Nintendo Switch Online app. It's available for everybody right now. I wonder if this is gonna lock guys out when this service starts. You just can't use that app, maybe, because you're using that for voice chat right now, mostly.
Yeah, where it's like only the paid people can use it. That is a
you
good
sign
question.
in and then you only get the voice chat with those guys. No matter, we got Discord, we got Skype.
Yeah, there's other ways around.
They need to grow up. That's just how it is. Special offers, which allows special deals and offers to members. So probably like PlayStation Plus sales every now and then.
Yeah, get those discounts.
A bit more discount on some games. The last thing is the interesting one. Nintendo Entertainment System - Nintendo Switch Online lets you play a selection of NES games with added online play, which is probably the best thing out of this whole story.
Yeah, so you can play those online.
Play those online, meaning if you play a 2-player game, you can connect with a buddy and act like he has the 2-player game. He has the 2nd-player controller as if you're sitting at home.
Which is kind of like what they did with PlayStation Share. I've also heard, even with like the single-player games, you can do that pass controller thing. Yeah, which is cool.
So I'm guessing there's like an option in there, like pass the controller.
Yeah.
So Jesse is now 1 player.
So I'm watching you play on mine, and then I'll take over and play now. Yeah.
And then you basically take over as my controller. Yeah, that's really cool. The service will launch with 20 titles with new games added regularly. They only announced the first 10, which are Soccer, Tennis, Donkey Kong, Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, Balloon Fight, Ice Climber, Dr. Mario, The Legend of Zelda, and of course Super Mario Brothers 3.
Good selection.
They also allow, by the way, they also allow voice chat using that app while you're playing those games.
Nice.
Again, not a big deal, Nintendo. I don't know when you're gonna get that. The voice chat is not voice chat on my phone.
Yes. It's not a thing.
It's not a thing that you have. Yeah.
It should be through the console. Is that what you're saying?
Right, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Telling me to, why would I use you specifically?
Is the, do we even know that the I guess
the jack?
The jack. If the jack in the Switch has support for a mic. Yeah. Or is it just
probably not
straight headphones?
But what I mean is, why wasn't this factored into the console's manufacturing?
That's true. A 3DS has a mic.
Yeah, 3DS has a mic.
How come the Switch doesn't?
What I'm saying is, they keep promoting this voice chat thing through this app like it's a cool thing.
Right.
Like it's
adding
a thing
another thing.
Look at us, Nintendo, offering you voice chat. There's no other way for you to do that now.
Well,
I'm on my phone. I'm just gonna call my friend.
Again, I guess that's part of it. Is that they still see it as a home console,
maybe.
And then
they have the whole thing about safety for the children and all that. Maybe.
Yeah.
So you don't have to add people to your phone and But hey, if we talk to Reggie, I'm sure he'll give us a cool answer, right?
Maybe there might be a Switch 2 or Switch Pro that then has like the app
Everything.
built in. Yeah, we can support that.
Yeah. On the website, they said the service will launch with 20 titles.
Okay.
I only read out
There
10.
10.
Are we expecting to trickle out slowly? Are they
Well, it's not
on
coming
them?
till September, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be it. They
That
might
could be
be
the big announcement
working
in
out
the
on like a bunch of them, maybe 30, and we'll like, okay, once we have those ones, the next 10 set up, we'll pick and choose. Because I'm assuming it's going to be like a Netflix thing where maybe after like, say, 3 months,
Yeah.
we're going to remove, say, 5 of them and add another 5. And then you'll have this mix to use
Yeah.
and so forth. So I think the whole 20 thing is like, at any one time, there'll be 20 games available in the online play service. Or
I'm glad you brought that up because that's why a lot of people are freaked out. Virtual Console is basically confirmed not to be coming back.
Oh, okay.
In a statement, I quote, there are currently no plans to bring classic games under the Virtual Console banner, as has been done on other Nintendo systems, which is scary news for people who's owned the system before, like the Wii's and the Wii U's that have these games on the Virtual Consoles. And there's a lot of speculation about this service being that Netflix thing where they bring in games and take out games.
Yeah.
And there's no way to keep any of these games.
Right.
What if, because they brought out Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, I buy this thing thinking that I'm going to get to play that whenever I want.
Yeah.
They take that thing out in 2 months. Now I'm stuck with this service.
And is
Given
that
it's
why
only
you buy
$20
it,
a
or-
year. It's only $20
Yes.
a year, yes, but
Well, yeah. What does that do with your save? What do we know for sure? Even if that's how it works. I mean,
Which-
as
no,
much
it's
as we
just
know.
speculation,
Yeah,
but-
it's still speculation.
that's why. But when you create this kind of uncertainty, people are going to talk, people are going to be freaked out.
Right.
Especially when they come out and say, we're not going to release classic games under the Virtual Console banner. A lot of people would jump to, they're just releasing these games, but not
Just not that
under
way.
the
On the virtual
Console banner.
Could be called something else. Is it just strictly like a name change, or is it the idea that we're just not going to have a virtual console thing where you're getting these games like remade for to be playable like you normally would on the Switch? That is because are these games even like a streaming thing? Is it
Right, is it going to have to do
I
online?
download it onto my system and then it becomes
Or am I just streaming the game?
yeah, because
From some
again there are
server.
only NES games, so it might be just that it might just be streaming because
So now,
again, the online play
right. So now not only do I have to be
be
online
online to use
at
this.
all times, I probably won't get to keep this
I'm
game
thinking
later
no.
on.
If
If it's just,
anything like Nintendo's done in the past, I don't believe you'll have to be constantly online.
yeah. So you probably
That's what I'm
download the
thinking.
thing.
Yeah, but it might just lock you out.
You have like so many
Type of
days to
things.
play it.
Yeah,
They do that
Maybe
thing where
that's
they're
the
like,
thing. We have to
so
check
many
in.
tries. Yeah.
yeah.
Every time you go back online, we'll give you this many times to open this.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably that way. That makes more sense. But again,
A fan of this new NES classic thing? Are you a fan?
I am. I mean, with the virtual console thing, again, yeah, I do have a Wii, and I do have all those games again.
Yeah.
The idea that, I don't know, am I going to keep buying these games over and over again in some fashion, in some way? No. That's why I haven't even been interested in the whole like NES Classic system, like the smaller one, or the Super NES, because like I kind of have those games already. Or at least all the ones that I wanted to play in some other older fashion. That I don't think I need to buy this again, and I think that's some of the reason why they're doing it this way, because it's so they can make a GameCube Classic,
Yeah.
Make a Game Boy one, reiterate another NES classic later on, maybe with some other games.
See, people wouldn't be so mad if they make more than 10 of them a year.
Yeah.
If there's a way for me to get on that Final Fantasy VI that I know I can get my hands on without trying to jump over someone's dead body for it,
right?
I wouldn't be so mad, right?
Yeah.
Because every time I see one, I was like $170 on.
Once it's digital, there's no need, right?
Yeah.
But in the physical form, you still have to go, like you say, fight somebody to get it.
Yeah. Down with this service then?
I mean, for the price point and the fact
it's only $20
how much I use, yes,
okay,
I would. And then I do feel those games, even if they are kind of temporary, are kind of worth it.
Right.
When you think about
the fact that you can play online with friends, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that those added features too. You're not just getting the same old game in a way. You're getting it with like multiplayer, how you never possibly were able to do it before. Unless you have some.
I think it is cool.
emulator.
Yeah, I don't know how much work that put into it, but it's work.
It is work.
It's not just like, bam, there's another one. Pay us.
Are any of them like the Ice Climbers, maybe? Or Mario Brothers as well. But like, how many of them are on the same screen at the same time? Multiplayer games.
Tennis.
Dr.
Mario.
Yeah. Tennis and soccer, right?
Yeah.
And then Dr. Mario.
And then Super Mario Brothers has the 1-player, 2-player, but you're never on the same screen.
You're switching.
Yeah. Mario Brothers 3? No. I think it's just 1 player. Yeah. Strictly 1 player.
It's 2 players, but you get, like, again, when that person dies, then Luigi plays and then Mario plays and so forth. But you're not at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, so for the price point, I think right now for me, it's not a buy.
Oh, okay.
Because, like I said, I don't...
Yeah, you don't use online.
I don't use online quite enough for... Even though it's only $20.
Right.
That NES thing really got to draw me in. Unless we find 6 other friends and, hey, I'll pay $5 for it.
Right.
Press X2.
Steam is coming up with an app that allows you to stream your Steam games from your computer at home through to your phone, so you can play on the go. And you can use a Bluetooth controller, like the Steam controller, to play the games. It looks like it'll run at 4K 60 frames per second if you have a 5 gigahertz or 2.4 gigahertz network. The app's going to be free and it'll drop May 21st. Press X2.
That's really cool, but I don't think my phone can handle it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So the game will be running on your computer then?
Yes.
And it basically just streams the image to the phone.
Correct.
Oh man, I wish my phone could do something like that. Because there are so many indie games that are on Steam.
Have you tried the PlayStation one? I guess you have.
I haven't, no.
No? Okay.
How's that work? Have you tried it?
Yes. Yeah, it works.
Does it work well?
It works as well as, like, say, my Vita. I've tried it with my PlayStation controller connected to the phone that supports Bluetooth. And then there is a little bit of latency issues.
So sometimes. That's why, okay. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So I'm thinking about indies.
Right.
Turn-based RPGs.
Again, I don't know if the graphics is really an issue.
But the latency, I think, is a big problem. I mean,
as long as your computer can handle the game.
Like, but the latency for the network and the lag, gotta account for that. So I probably can't play shooters very well on there.
Yeah.
Right? Or action
if
games.
You're playing online shooters.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I Twitch. I mean,
I do have plenty of indies, so maybe I'd probably do that.
Yeah.
It's better than any phone game out there.
I've played Fallout 4 that way.
Okay.
Yeah. But then you could always go into VATS if it ever got too bad. So that's exactly why I played that when I was playing that game.
Exactly. So it's gotta be
yeah, it depends on the game.
Yeah, I gotta be able to pause it.
Yeah.
Because someone hits me when I'm playing, like, oh crap, I gotta stop. Someone talks to me when I'm on my phone, stuff like that. It is cool. I just don't. I guess I don't like playing on the phone ever.
Screen too small?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna walk around with a PlayStation 4 controller or Steam controller.
Right.
I'm not gonna
What
wait.
if you're like on vacation or at your job?
Vacation would be. Vacation would be nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I'm somewhere exotic, what am I playing Walking Dead for?
And not enjoying your vacation. Fair enough.
A user on 4chan claimed to have a source inside of Rocksteady Studios. That user goes on to say that the studio is working on a Superman game running on Unreal Engine 4. The game will be set in the Arkhamverse, so the same universe as the Arkham games. It'll be a big open world game, about 3 times the size of Arkham Knight, with a lot more buildings. And the combat system will integrate flying. It will work kind of like Dragon Ball Z anime, where they'll punch the guy and then they chase after him. Yeah. Press X2.
Press X2. Wonder about the tone. Cause you say it's in Arkham universe. Like, is it gonna be dark like the movies? You know, dark like Batman versus Superman or Man of Steel, or is it going to be a little bit more brighter? I mean, that's what I wonder about that. And then,
are these the right guys? Do you think these are the right guys to go for it?
I mean,
if there's someone out there, it's got to be Rocksteady.
Yeah, they've proven themselves with Batman. Like, they know how to make a good comic book game. And then this is the biggest challenge, you know, making a good Superman game.
That's never been done before.
Yeah, because of his fact that he is kind of OP.
Yeah.
How do you make a compelling game where it seems like you can possibly die? But then again, it can happen. I mean, when you look at, say, God of War, the fact that he kind of dies in these games when he's like an all-powerful god, you can just take that as a fact that, oh, Superman can die in this. I'm sure if anybody can figure a way, you know, to make the story compelling, to make it interesting and believable, and still be true to the source, I think it's Rocksteady. So press X to wonder about the tone, and sure, be excited for it.
How about the fact that it's open world? There are plenty of people out there that prefer Asylum over the latter two.
Oh, okay.
Because it was more compact.
Yeah.
It felt like the story's more tied together.
Right.
The pacing is better because of that. How'd you feel? You played the other two.
The pacing is better for the overall story arc.
Right.
That being said, I did like Night. Oh, sorry.
Night and City. City was the second.
Was the last one.
Yeah.
With the car. I really did like that because there was a ton to do. That's what I liked about it. There was like, if you wanted Batman, there's plenty of Batman, plenty of Riddler riddles to find, like side missions, exploring the city. Like, I thought the more the merrier in that case. I enjoyed having more, but I definitely understand where people come from, having the simpler, you know.
And I mean, it's Superman. You can't trap him.
Yeah, that's true. Like, flying and going places is like his thing. So if he can't fly and go places, and he's kind of zooms one spot and then stops. Looks like there's a crossover between Fortnite and the Avengers, where Thanos is going to be in Fortnite. There's a gauntlet in the map, and then the players can grab the gauntlet and become Thanos, and he has increased abilities. Like, he does more damage than the normal person. He has a regenerative shield. Press X to
watch people play.
Oh, yeah?
I don't play Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's not my thing, I think.
Right.
I did see a group of guys stream that, and it's really cool.
Oh.
And it's just like you said, they saw a guy jumping up and down, because Thanos, he has this super jump. And then he has this ground pound. And there's just, from miles away, they were seeing this thing just flying up and down. So like, we're going after Thanos. And then
everyone has to group up, right? Try to overpower him.
Yeah, everyone was just like really taking pot shots at him. And finally some guy just charges and takes him out. And he'll drop the gauntlet and you pick him up. You pick up the gauntlet and you become Thanos.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool because I don't know if you've seen screenshots or videos. The way they make him, he really fits with that art style. he fits into that world.
Right.
And
he just looks like a Thanos from Fortnite.
Yeah, it looks like a Thanos from Fortnite. It's completely crazy. It's out of this world, right?
Yeah.
But
do you think
they find a way to make it work? It's funny. It's kind of funny. Yeah.
Do you think other modes like that should happen, like with different heroes, maybe?
Yeah, maybe not even just like crossovers, even.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a John Wick costume? It's not called John Wick, but
right.
Everyone's like, that's
pretty
John
much
Wick.
John Wick.
Yeah. There are other movies coming out.
Like a Deadpool crossover. Maybe?
Deadpool, Jurassic World. Whenever that sequel comes out,
a giant T-Rex. It's Rex Shop.
I mean, yeah, I think Fortnite. Those guys are down for almost anything.
Yeah.
They had the teacher that tweeted them about telling them to stop playing, and they did that thing. It took them like a week to do it. Yeah. Those guys are down for everything. Those guys love to keep adding stuff to their games. So
keep it fresh and new, right?
Yeah, so I mean, if you're down with it, I mean, go for it. If you have a movie coming out, your show coming out,
ask them.
Yeah, it gets more.
Doesn't hurt.
It probably gets eyeballs on your thing more than commercials.
Right.
At this point, apparently you can play through the story of Anthem with your friends or solo.
Okay.
In a recent blog post on the BioWare website, Casey Hudson, the current general manager of the studio and the project director of the Mass Effect trilogy, said that in a BioWare game, you should feel like the story's about you. You create your own character, you decide what happens next, and you become the hero. I think the reason people are concerned about whether these things are possible in a multiplayer game is because it just hasn't been solved well before.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like they're still trying to put that BioWare touch into Anthem.
Yeah.
Press X2.
Get excited because I trust BioWare when it comes to their storytelling.
You're a huge fan of course, Mass Effect.
Yeah, Mass Effect. I love that series.
And it is about choices. If you ever played Dragon Age, BioWare.
Yeah.
That's just how they do things.
That's how they do things.
Right.
Like so like to see them, I guess, mixing it with the multiplayer and the single player, and still being able to tell a good story. I would like to see.
I would love to see that. Yeah.
See them do that. See where it goes.
When we heard about Anthem, the natural jump was obviously Destiny.
Similarities, to Destiny.
And it was, let's be honest, Destiny does not have the coolest story. Or even if they have a cool story, the way they tell it is kind of boring.
Right? Yeah, it was better in 2, and or the end of the first one, like the Taken King. Yeah. That's when they started to, I think, get the ball rolling.
So I guess with BioWare, when it came out, everyone's like, oh no, we're losing. We're losing BioWare and what we love.
Right.
He goes on to say, with Anthem, we are taking this problem head on and structuring the entire game design to provide a specific solution for this. Are you down now?
I mean, I was still interested in Anthem. Yeah,
well,
from the beginning.
You're one of those guys that never gave up.
I mean, I still, even though I do understand the faults, and I definitely understand why a lot of people aren't playing it as much as the first one right now, at least the hardcore. But yeah, I mean, I still enjoy the gameplay of Destiny a lot. And if the gameplay of this one is good, plus the storytelling of BioWare, then I'm all in.
That moves the needle for you anyway at all?
Oh, hearing about this?
Yeah.
A little bit more. Yeah. Nintendo Switch is getting Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate this summer. I know you have pretty much the Japanese version already. Are you interested in this one? Press X2.
Press X2. I'm interested in the game. I mean, the game was fun.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not picking that up in English, right? I'm crazy about Monster Hunter World. I've already put in about 400 hours in there. I'm wondering when I saw this news, who is this for?
I think they're getting on the hype or
just jumping
from World, and the fact that everybody wanted World to come to the Switch. Yeah. So let's pull out, I guess, what we already have in the can, and put it out on Switch. So at least they get some type of Monster Hunter game.
Some type of Monster Hunter game, but I'm not sure. Like because of the word that has spread because of World. Now they're bringing back an older version.
But I feel
system.
that with the fact that people have played World at this point, they're going to be more used to it, and the fact that it doesn't have the little butterflies that kind of tell you where to go and certain things like that this is maybe a little bit more hardcore.
It is,
but if you loved World and you want more and you want it on the go, this is the way to go, I think. Another thing I wanted to ask you about that is because I've heard that you can take your save from the 3DS game and move it over to this one, and you do have it on 3DS.
Yeah.
Thing this one, so that's why I was wondering if would you get it at this point to move over your.
No, man. No. Unfortunately, not. I think it's great that they're bringing it over.
Right.
I do, like I said, I do worry about the Monster Hunter name.
Yeah.
Because of this new one. I mean, not new one. The game's like 2 years old, but this just the good work that they've built up with Monster Hunter World. And new players jumping in and spreading it with their friends. Now they come out with a brand new one for people who are brand new to the series. Maybe they'd never heard of this one before.
Right.
They jump in and this is those old school, the hardcore ones. A little harder.
Yeah. More monsters.
A little harder. The curve is definitely higher.
Right.
I'm not sure if that stuff gonna turn anyone off. But
okay.
I think, it is good that the East is getting more Monster Hunter. Inti Creates announced Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Yes.
Coming to PS4, PS Vita, Xbox One, Switch, 3DS, PC on May 24th. This is the retro 8-bit game stretch goal in the Bloodstained Kickstarter from 2015. Trailer showed off 4 characters with distinct skills, and you can switch on the fly. Clear NES Castlevania vibes.
Yeah.
With the orange, that orange palette. Press X2.
Press X2. Well, I'm to get it because I.
He was like $10. I
kickstarted Bloodstained.
Yep.
And so I'm actually getting this game as part of that. I got an email earlier this week that told me what would you like this on? What system? Okay. So I was like, okay, I'll get this on my Switch. So.
I'm getting on my Switch.
Yeah.
Back to the Nintendo roots. Did you hear about the game? Did you hear about the game having multiple endings?
Oh, the 8-bit one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No.
Apparently, depending on things you do in this 8-bit one, Curse of the Moon, there are different endings.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, multiple playthroughs, I guess. Type of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Where you want to try it over again. Makes you wonder how long it is, too, man.
Thank you for sticking with us. This has been episode 17 of D-Up Gaming Podcast. If you like our video, please press like down below. Drop us a comment. Let us know which NES classic game you want to play on your Switch. Click the subscribe button and the bell next to it to stay up to date with our content. If you don't like our faces, you can listen to us in audio format on iTunes and Anchor. Links are in the description below. Visit us at our website at dupgaming.wordpress.com, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter at d_up_gaming. This has been, again, episode 17 of D-Up Gaming Podcast. I'm Jeff.
I'm Jesse, and we are
D-Up.